Hey folks, welcome to Weekend Technical Analysis Update by InTheMoneyStocks.com, your leaders in pure technical analysis, avoiding all that Wall Street hype. This weekend technical analysis update is for Monday, February 8th through Friday, February 12th, 2010. Well, what a week on Wall Street again, folks. And I tell you, really from after the first week in January through this first week in February, the markets have been off the charts. The volatility has been spiking. The trades have been increasing. The profits have been increasing here at In the Money Stocks as we continue to nail the moves up, down, left, right, whatever it may be. Now, I'm going to go over some stuff, but I want to focus more on the technicals of the charts right now, at least in the beginning of the video, to give you guys a sense of what you're looking at on the charts. I mean, and again, it's all about understanding what the charts are telling you. The charts are a book, all right? It's just like picking up any book. It might be in a foreign language, but if you can learn that language, you can decipher exactly where this market is going to go, the next move in the markets, the next 2 moves, 5 moves, 10 moves, 100 moves. Now, the key to Friday's action, and obviously last week was a very volatile trading week, but the key to Friday's action was the key reversal starting at around 2 p.m. Eastern Time. From 2 p.m. on, we had a move up, a beautiful in spirit of bull flag, and then a big squeeze to the upside as institutions seemed to put money to work for the first time in a long time. Now, you have to understand that that bodes generally positive for next week overall. So if I'm looking at next week as a whole, you have to say the reversal late on Friday is a good sign for the overall week. Now, it doesn't mean that Monday or Wednesday or Tuesday or Thursday or Friday specifically is going to be definitely up. It doesn't mean that all 5 days of the week are going to be up. What it means is there's generally an upside bias going into next week based off of the pullback and reversal this week or this past week. Now, again, what happened we saw was a basic ugly day on Thursday. Thursday, the gap down, the sell-off, we had pretty much our biggest day in many months in the markets. Friday, the volume, believe it or not, was the biggest volume since March. So in March, when the markets were hitting their lows of 2009, and this is actually fascinating here, take a look at this volume. This is the daily chart of the SPY. I'm going to put that line in, so that's your volume line, and what you're going to do is go all the way back here and look at this low. See this pivot low? This is March 2009 when the markets made their lows. That is actually where the volume was. So that tells you something very significantly because when the markets made their lows here, the volume was that. And then obviously when we made our low on Friday on this day with that long tail, and by the way, that's a bottoming tail, which is a reversal signal as well, then you have the same amount of volume. So again, another fascinating kind of coordination here, coincidence based off of last March 2009 to Friday. All right, and again, notice the bottoming tail. A bottoming tail is a tail on a chart candle or a candlestick that closes in the upper portions with a long bottom there. See that long tail? And then you close in the upper 25% of that candle. That's what we call a bottoming tail. That's a very bullish signal going into next week. Now, again, I don't foresee a huge up week. I just don't foresee a huge up week. What I do think, again, is all across the 5-day period next week, you're going to see a little mixed bag to upside bias. All right, so you have to angle the markets to the upside. You saw a lot of key stocks reverse. For instance, U.S. Steel commodities really were the big one. But look at U.S. Steel here on the daily chart. Right off the 200, kisses the 200 literally, and reverses to the upside. That's another small short-term bullish signal on U.S. Steel. You can take a look at many of these other charts. They all came into key levels. And again, we can go to, for instance, Goldman Sachs. What I liked about Goldman Sachs, you had a little bit of a double bottom down here. And also, you broke the 150 level. 150 had actually been a key level that we had talked about over here as a buying opportunity. We got to buy. We took our money off on Goldman Sachs here, came back down. And then again, you breached that 150 level, which was a buy on Goldman Sachs again on Friday with a low of 148.87. And then the markets reversed to the upside again. And obviously, Goldman from that low was almost $6 in the money. Amazing move on Goldman Sachs. So again, folks, we want to go back to the SPY. I'll cover some other charts, but the daily chart alone is a nice little signal that you have to go into a short-term upside bias going into next week. And again, it's not going to be an easy upside bias. It's going to be choppy, but overall, you can look for a little bit of a neutral to upside move in the coming week, I would say. Now, Friday's action again, you pulled all the way down here to a little bit of support at the 105.75 level. The bounce came back. Notice how you went back to the 20 moving average. You retested. That's a little near-term double bottom. You have a tail right through, and then you bounced again. What I want to just point out about this little bit of a bounce at this point in the day is sharp down, sideways inside. What type of pattern is this? Down and then sideways inside. That's an in spirit of bear flag. You should be able to read that's probably going to head lower, especially because you already hit the double bottom. So the next time you test it, it's going to be a very weak trend line here. And as you can see, down a little another micro inside bar candle, which is again this micro bearish pattern. Down you go all the way down to this 104.50 level, which again is a very interesting level itself. 104.50. Then we have that large reversal late in the day. Now the beauty about this reversal that was read in the intraday stock gen, and again, by the way, the calls that went out on Friday were second to none again. again, I mean, the money is just rolling in for those who are Research Center subscribers and chat room subscribers. But what I called out when we were down here was a buy on oil and a buy on gold and a buy on stocks like U.S. Steel, ExxonMobil. All these buys went out, folks, based on articles that I posted and also calls in the Research Center, hot charts and alerts, Pro Trader watch list, and chat room. But in any case, up you go here. Notice this, and then you have to recognize the sideways inside bars. 1, 2 up, 1, 2, 3 inside bars, and then you start to break up. So again, reverse of this. This is a bear flag in spirit of bear flag. Up sideways is in spirit bull flag. That's telling you you're going to go higher. Sure enough, the market takes off with a vengeance to the upside. And the other interesting thing about Friday, I mean, we talk about kind of the manipulation in the markets and how you have to read it, but one thing was fascinating. Friday morning, I said, guys, you got to look at this market and think it's going to close back above 10,000 on the Dow. All right, and the Dow at this point was basically at 10,000 or just under right at the open here. And I said that. I said, I don't see them closing the market below the Dow below 10,000 until, not before the weekend for sure. I mean, you have the weekend here. It's not going to be very good if all the news reports are highlighting the fact that the Dow is under 10,000. So you want to look for that close above 10,000. Then all of a sudden the market starts to drop and bounces back up and drops even more, and to the point where we're down 160, 170 points on the Dow, and we're back below 9,900 even. Not below 10,000, but we got below 9,900. And sure enough, you have to look at it and say, guys, look at the nature of the markets. All right, sure enough, they don't want to let this market close below that 10,000 lower mark, and they do a buy programs. Massive volume comes in to support the market into the close, and we actually close above 10,000 at 10,012 on the Dow. So kind of fascinating that earlier in the day I said that, then we got down below 9,900, and then by the close, they sure enough got us back above, and it turned out to be a great call that they would close this market back above 10,000. So those are little things you have to remember. Remember, when you're at key levels going into a Friday, generally it's not likely they're going to break the market down. You do have external forces that are kind of keeping this market in check in many ways, and they will step up at certain points to make sure this market gets above certain levels, and sure enough, Friday was a great opportunity of that. Long calls that went out, I wrote an article, top 5 article. Exxon was number 1 in the top 5 list and called out as a buy right around 64, closed at 64.80, after hours trading out even higher. The USO was a beautiful one, and this is a rarity we see this, folks, because it's so kind of so infrequent, but notice this dump on oil. This is the USO chart intraday. Look at the volume. This is what we call capitulation, where you get that volume flowing, major volume coming in this market, and it just does that final flush. And sure enough, that's where I saw it, and I said, all right, guys, pick up the UCO, pick up the USO, and go long, and oil comes all the way back. Same thing with the GLD. So the GLD flushes out on heavier volume here. You get your capitulation move, and the GLD actually turns around and closes positive. So those of you that got those calls, fascinating job, great job, and continue to enjoy the profits courtesy of InTheMoneyStocks.com's calls. Now, again, for those of you interested, the Research Center is where you got to be. The calls are just rolling out because the volatility in this market enables it. Swing trades in the Research Center, day trades in the chat room, and swing trades in the chat room, all given out. Analysis, guidance, education. I teach what I preach, guys. I tell you how I come to these conclusions. I explain it all, just like in these videos on the weekend. So I encourage you to come join the Research Center. Get in while it's hot right now. This is when the money's flowing like water to our premium members. Enjoy, folks. Have a wonderful week. Let's make some money again. I know I will be. Take care.